This legislation that passed here in the Senate does just that. It prohibits lobbyists and those who hire lobbyists from giving gifts to lawmakers and staff. It prevents corporations' lobbyists from paying for questionable travel for members and staff. It requires senators to pay fair market value for charter flights, putting an end to abuses of corporate travel. It slows a revolving door by extending the ban on lobbying by former members of Congress and senior staffers. It prevents senators from even negotiating for a job as a lobbyist until their successor has been elected. It puts an end to the pay-to-play schemes that became notorious around here. It shines the light of day on lobbying activities by vastly increasing disclosure requirements. It requires the Senate to disclose all earmarks. This is the first time ever. We passed the Ethics and Lobbying Reform Bill here with overwhelming support from senators on both sides of the aisle. House did the same thing. Yesterday, I asked consent to send our legislation to conference. The Republicans objected. Mr. President, I think it's interesting, on the same day this objection took place, preventing us from moving forward to complete this legislation, there was yet another sign of how desperately needed this reform is. Yesterday, Stephen Griles, President Bush's former Interior Deputy Secretary, the number 2 in charge, was sent to prison and fined for his corruption. This sentence came after Griles admitted to obstructing the investigation of the Senate Committee on Indian Affairs. Now, Mr. Griles will face justice for his contribution to disintegrating the people's trust in their government. But now we have a chance to look forward, to stop the Jack Abramoffs, the Savavians, the Nays, the others, and Stephen Griles of the future before they have a chance to corrupt our system even more. And to deliver to the American people a government as good and honest as the people it represents. I will come before the day's out, Mr. President, and ask once again consent to appoint conferees in this legislation.